My experiments with using positive affirmations started many years ago, and during these years I had very different experiences, different results, sometimes very unpredictable. But with all these years looking back, I realized what specific role using positive affirmations played in my life, and that's what I want to share here in this video. I started using affirmations when I was only, I think, like 15 or 16 years old, so it was very long time ago. And it all started in the period when I was feeling quite bad, as I had a history of childhood trauma. By the age of 15-16 I was already really depressed. Even I had no idea that this is called depression. I was thinking that something is deeply wrong with me, that I'm the problem, and the way I feel is the result of something being wrong with me. I had very strong inner critic, quite severe social anxiety, a lot of inner blame, toxic shame, and all these kind of things. And in this interesting state and period of my life, I found a book. When I started reading it, it was the book of Louise Hay. And one of the things that she was saying to do there is using positive affirmations. But not just affirmations in general. The whole message of her book, that what you think, you attract in your life, for me was already kind of life-changing. Is what opposite of what I was thinking and doing. And her idea that the main thing that you need to kind of cultivate and feel, that you need to love yourself. The more you love yourself, accept yourself, the easier things are happening, kind of the better things are, and affirmations are kind of working better. At that point of my life, I didn't even consider that I can love myself. I hated myself. It was really that bad. I'm not exaggerating here. And with this self-hatred, with extremely low self-esteem, I'm reading this book, and it's shocking. Like, it's completely opposite perspective. Of course, I'm getting kind of inspired and motivated that kind of by changing the relationship with myself, by start using this affirmation, I probably can change my life. That's what I'm starting to do. Every day for a few hours, I'm repeating constantly in my mind all the positive affirmations that I've chosen. Some of them were about that I love myself, I accept myself, like I like myself as I am, I'm good enough, this kind of stuff. I really don't remember very well what were they, but this was kind of the main message. On top of this, there were certain things that I really wanted, some of my kind of goals, wishes or desires, and I was also repeating them as a positive statement as it already happened. And things start changing. It may sound weird, but it is. And things were happening. I was shocked, I was surprised that some of my wishes were coming true. It was really weird. Meanwhile, some external things were happening. My inner state were getting worse and worse. This feeling of depression and anxiety and some other stuff, they were getting quite bad. And this was the bit of the inner conflict. Kind of why it's happening like this. I'm getting certain things that I wanted, but meanwhile I'm feeling worse, and together with this good thing, some bad stuff is happening. I couldn't realize it, what was the problem, why it's not working. This I realized only later, that by setting certain intention, while trying to arrive to this feeling, to this state of kind of loving myself, accepting myself, and this kind of stuff, the pain and the inner conflict and the trauma that were standing between my state in this moment and the state of self-acceptance, they were coming out. And a lot of feelings that were deeply blocked inside me, and inner conflicts that were deeply blocked inside me, they will start kind of coming to the surface. And at some point I was even becoming more self-destructive. It was very difficult period because a lot of pain, emotional pain, was coming to the surface, and at this age, with how I was, it was very difficult to handle. I couldn't handle this feeling. It was also the moment where I tried alcohol for the first time, and I started getting addicted to it. And that was the part of my life at this point. And life was continuing. There were certain ups and downs, certain crises in this age, and I still had this in my mind that the problem is inside, that I just need to continue kind of reprogramming my brain and things will get better. Need to continue to love myself and all this kind of positive things. I was writing them in a journal. I was very aware of my thoughts. I was trying to control them, to change them, and I was continue using them. Meanwhile, life was happening, other things were happening, and I was becoming more aware of my inner problems, of my mental health, and at some point, several years later, I finally found a therapist and started therapy and then other things. But this idea of affirmations, it was staying with me, and for some reason, I was using them later only in the moments of some big crisis, when things were getting really bad, when I was losing hope, when I was feeling really desperate, when I didn't know what to do. I was coming back to the affirmation and to this idea that I have the power to change what's going on inside. The problem is that affirmations by itself, they will not heal you. They will not solve your mental health issues. They will not heal your traumas and these kind of things. They will not heal your addictions. But they were giving me something much more important, like the certain foundation on which I think all my other journey and healing and transformation will build on. They were helping me to come out from victim mentality. When you suffered from certain traumas in childhood, when you went to this powerless state, that things are happening to you, that you're not in control, you get this victim mentality very often, and you think that there is nothing you can do, you feel very weak. When at such an early age, as only 15 or 16 years old, you get inspired by the idea that you create in your world. It doesn't matter if it's true or not, but when you get this idea and you start believing in it, it gives you a certain sense of power. And for me, it was this thing that I was kind of connecting with the feeling that there is hope, that I can do something, even I don't see any actions or any things that I can do externally. I was coming back to this, my kind of last hope, my last chance, something that I can do to connect with the idea that I'm the creator, that I have the power, that I still remember, so many years passed, but I still remember one of the worst moments in my life, feeling completely desperate, crying at night from terrible insomnias from night to night, not knowing how I will go through the next day, how I will survive. And in these moments, I will start repeating these positive affirmations again and again about how I love my life and all these kind of things that felt completely opposite of truth. Yes, there were a lot of things that I didn't realize at this moment, but it's changed me, and I think it's initiated my healing and my transformation. I think it was pushing me towards right books, right approaches, right therapies, right methods. It was continue giving me hope, and it was continuing giving me this power. And through these different periods of my life, with these ups and downs, when I was believing in them and feeling that everything just depends on my thoughts, and then completely go into certain crisis and feel like nothing is working, my relationship with affirmations were changing. Then I was learning much more about manifestation in general, that is not just words, not just repeating certain statements. It's a lot about your feelings, your inner state, what do you attract. It's a lot about your limiting belief, some unprocessed stuff, some blocked emotions, some energy blocks. And I was going deeper and deeper, and I was discovering different layers, and I was changing myself, and my life was always changing as a reflection of what was going inside me. And I saw it several times. I was using different manifestation techniques. I still using them even after I'm already so much kind of deep in inner healing and its transformation journey. Some simple techniques about working with your focus I still consider very useful as certain support and certain moments is keeping your attention, your focus in certain directions. And if you understand what affirmations are really for, what they can or cannot do, I think they're a great tool. But of course they can't solve all the problems, they can't magically create you like everything you want. And that's why during my inner work and during my work with other people, with my clients, I created the whole approach, the transformational approach that covers all the levels where the change needs to happen, and mental, where these beliefs, and where affirmations can help, and emotional, where we have this unprocessed, stuck emotions that can be blocking us really strongly, and energy level that includes our energy in general, what drains our energy, what gives us energy, and our energy centers, all the main 7 chakras, blocks with them, and how can you work with them. And all this system I put in this book that I just showed you. It's a 100-day program that you can do by yourself, and you can get the results not just by using some one method and then deciding, oh, it's working or it's not working. You can see the whole system that integrates in all different approaches and all different methods that can help you to solve your inner issues, to create a change and to move forward and to return from fragmentation to wholeness. If you're interested, you can find my book on Amazon. If you have any questions, you can leave me a comment below. And thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.